Chris, we're down here at your dad. It's your dad's gym, this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cheshire Boxers.
Just the Boxers and Bodybuilding Centre we're called.
What a cracking little gym.
Yeah, it's good.
Really good.
It's good. It's been we've been open just over 21 years.
So have you always fought out of this place? This is where you've been brought up?
Yeah. Professional wise, yeah, Dad's always been my coach. Yeah.
So I've come down because Steve's just given me a list. You're one of 3 fighters from here that are looking to turn over. 2 of you very experienced, you being one of them, and a young kid making his debut. So I did box rec, you know. I had a quick look for it. I got in the car to come down here, and I looked at your record: 19 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw.
That's what 21, 22 fights. I'm sure there might be 1 or 2, because like there was a big thing with the BIBA, and so when I stopped, obviously when I got the letter through to come back to the British Boxing Board, in their eyes, my last one was 2014.
Right.
Whereas really, I was still boxing for another 3 years, but some of them didn't go on box rec because they're with the BIBA.
And what's that? What form of organisation is that?
It's still a professional organisation, but there's a big quarrel at the moment with this. I don't know who the guy is, but it's just another boxing organisation.
Right.
They were quite big with the WBF, who the British Boxing Board had a disagreement with,
right,
is what I was told. But I was boxing with them till 2017.
Because didn't you win one of their world titles in a WBF? Flyweight world titles.
Yeah, and I don't know which one was with the British boxing and which one was with the BIBA. There was a World Boxing Federation and a World Boxing Foundation.
Right.
Both.
So because I was looking and was it Ossie Fagan?
Oyster Fagan, yeah, that's the...
That was over the island, was that?
No, that was here.
What was it?
Yeah, that was the WBF Intercontinental, that one.
Right.
Yeah, that was a crack fight. That was, that got fight of the month, or fight of the year, something like that.
Yeah.
With the WBF, yeah, it was an absolute corker of a fight, that. Brilliant fight.
I remember because I think his next fight after that was his last fight against a kid called Kofi Yates, Manchester lad who I know well.
How did he get on with that?
I think he lost. I'm not sure he Kofi stopped him or not.
Yeah, well, he's a trooper. His backstory was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Because he was like a school teacher.
Yeah.
He moved to the States to pursue his boxing. He was living out of his car for a while and all sorts, and then had a few fights over there while he was going down the teaching route, which was a really good story.
Let's get back to you then. So, let's go off boxing, right? Because that's where people can check.
Yeah.
2014, you end up having your last fight. We're now 7 years on.
Yeah.
Why?
It was like a mixture. Well, 2017, according to Boxric, obviously 2014, but in hindsight, it was 2017 that I stopped. It was just like not getting paid at all. We were taking fights on away shows, still not getting paid, and like for the hours that you put in, and how hard boxing life is, like the dieting, the constant travelling for sparring, and you've got to put 100% into it, and you've got to get some sort of.
But you're coming back into it now, and that was insane, isn't it?
That was sort of the reason I lost love a little bit, but then now I've got kids and now I've got a missus, like I'm engaged, and it's sort of, I don't know, it's sort of like fueled the fire a little bit.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where I think it was 2 years out, and then I was looking at my boxing career and I was like, fucking, I could still got it left, you know. And
well, watching you, I can tell you have a.
Well, that's very nice to say.
I thought I knew what I was going to expect, because, like I say, you don't win 19 fights if you can't box, and you can box. You've got beautiful movement.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And your defensive skills are really good. You know, you think you've got you in a corner, and they've not have
Yeah, just about to get out.
But you were just talking before, and I said, if you compared yourself to the BoxRec 2014 version,
yeah,
what do you think's better about you now?
Definitely motivation. Definitely, like as you say, boxing is such a hard sport. You've got to get in, you've got to get out, and the motivation to train, the motivation to diet, everything that goes on behind the scenes of what people see when you actually fight, everything on that side is so much more up here, and there's so much more there now, motivational wise to get done.
In your personal life, you feel you're a lot more settled now.
Yeah,
and this will help you going forward.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And I was just chatting to your dad. I know your dad's known Steve Wood for a long time, and he's a real character, your dad. But he's from old school boxing. You know, he worked with the great Brian Hughes, didn't he, for a long period of time? And it was him who told him to take you on the road and be a coach.
That's where I learnt my sidearm style. It was, I can't remember the names of them now, because I used to, as a kid obviously, when my dad was there, I used to take loads of days off school to go with him to Manchester and watch all the likes of Robin Reed and Gomez and all that. And there was two, along with Brian Hughes, there was two old school, older fellas there that used to take me aside every now and then, and they've got like these circles on the floor. Like
yes, they're still there.
Yeah. And they used to get me in one of the circles, and they used to get me aside, get your shoulder in, tuck your chin to your shoulder, and they were the ones that started me off. And then sort of my dad, obviously learning his trade there, he's done really well. He is a really good coach, and he's just sort of progressed me up from there.
Well, like you say, I just watched that 45 minutes of a round robin. And you got some good lads here, you know, Paulie Comedians, it's great.
Very good. He's got a good engine on it.
He is
a
just doesn't stop coming forward,
doesn't stop at all.
It really keeps the pressure on you.
Yeah.
And then there's a young lad, Thorn,
he's very skillful. He's got a good punch as well.
Yeah.
He's got a lovely jab, lovely movement. He's got potential to do well.
And what was Lloyd then? Is he your...
Lloyd is my nephew. Yeah. He's going to be very good when he's older.
13 years old.
13 years young.
Won't be young for long though.
No, definitely not. Give him 3 or 4 years and he'll be one to be avoided by.
So, as Steve mentioned, when you're hoping to get you out?
Right, he's mentioned he's booked in a few dates, September, October way, for venues close here. All he said was he's waiting for capacity levels. Obviously, really small hall venues. Ticket sales is what earns you the money. So you needs at least around 80% capacity, which obviously you don't want to be working to any sort of deficit, do you? So that's where our head is working towards. Obviously, if something comes up sooner, we bite the hand off for it, but that's where we're heading.
And do you feel with a couple of comeback fights, you could be right back in the mix then?
Definitely.
And what weight would that be at?
Like welterweight, 10 stone.
Like welterweight, 10 stone.
Yeah.
It's a great division in
there.
Yeah,
it's what I box at my best at. Definitely box my best at 10 stone.
And what would be your ideal scenario coming back? Where would you like to be?
Well, any sort of title, really. You know, get back in, get bums back on seats.
Bring big time boxing back to Chester.
Yeah, fucking definitely, absolutely. It's been such a long time since there's been any shows around here that we've been on from this gym. Definitely, obviously, like Paul, he's not boxing. I think it's 2.5 years. I haven't boxed in like 4 years now, longer according to boxer. And Thorne's not had one, so it's been a long time since the Chester boxing fans have seen something. So everyone's waiting to jump on it now. They know we're sort of back in, and we've got our eyes set on something. There's a bit more fire around here waiting for us, so it's nice.
I've really enjoyed myself down there.
Thank you very much.
We weren't sure what I was going to expect, but what I've seen, I've really enjoyed it. I always enjoyed watching Paul fight. But like I said, I didn't really know what to expect with you, and I must admit you've got some great skills there.
That's very nice.
I'm really looking to see where we can get you.
Thank you very much.
So we're not sure when it's going to start, but hopefully before the end of the year,
well,
we'll get back out there.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Listen, Chris, it's been a pleasure, mate.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.